Now we've got a shower or a toilet with a roof above us. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I promise this is the last video of upgrades to this van for a while. I was thinking this was going to be the first video in the North Coast 500, but due to a video that Rick in his van, he's basically forced me to get this upgrade done before I go to the North Coast 500. And everything's all ready to go, everything's all prepared. And then I saw his video and I was just like, I need to do it. So this is your fault, Rick, that I'm having to do this video. So instead of chilling, mentally getting myself ready for this trip, I'm having to make this. So what am I making? This is what Rick made. So as you can see, he's basically built a DIY awning. Most awnings like this can cost 150 to £200. I think he made this for like £40 or something like that. By the way, if you haven't already, go over and see Rick's channel and subscribe to him as well. So that's what we're going to make today. So I've just got back from Wicks and we've got the trunking. It's a bit long, so we need to cut it. This is where we're going to be putting it. So I was going to put it up there, like that, but I thought it might get in the way of the solar quite a bit, or we'll just bring it down to here, we'll see, but let's get it cut first. So initially I was using these to put the tarp up with. Tarp ends just go into these eyelets, and then these obviously stick to the van. But the problem that I'm having, when I'm putting them on, they have to go, well, this one has to go right here, so then when it's stuck down, you have to really yank it to get it off. But I was just a bit worried in case it hit the wire, or, you know, I've caught the wire. And then the other one would basically go somewhere around here. I mean, it does work, but it's not ideal. Hopefully the new awning fixes that. I swear this is the last DIY thing I'm doing for a while, because it's just getting to be a pain in the arse now. I just want to get out in it. That's it. Because we're going to need to measure the width against this. But let's take this off first. It should just slide it. And all we really need is this part. So it's about there. This is just a guideline. Done. I've probably picked the worst day to do this because it's windy as hell. When you're picking this size is 100mm up. And so just a quick rundown on what you need. So you need the plastic conduit, a parasol cover, and it's got a zip as well, side on, which is going to be handy. And to secure it to this, it's going to be these screw buttons. Basically we'll just screw these into the PVC and then put the button part onto the tarp like that, and then that's what fastens onto the PVC. And to hold this to the actual roof rack, just some extra strong cable ties. So before we go any further, let's check that it fits in here, because this has to fit in here. I was checking the fit between this and the parasol cover. The parasol cover is 150cm, but my tarp is 180cm, so shit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just order the 140, which is fine because I've actually just checked it and the 180 is quite long, and I don't want it to be too long because winds and all that stuff, but that's fine. We'll get this cut, we'll get the holes drilled in, we'll get it where it should go, and then just install the tarp when it comes. I meant to say as well, you might need some rivets just to put into the tarp so that you can put the buttons through it. We'll make it 141 just for margin of error. Hey! Oh god, they're rusting already. Let's take them. Gonna need to change them. Rick, I blame you for this. All I need to do is just bring it up now and just mark it up where I want it to go, and in line with the poles as well. And so it's going to sit up there. So what I want to do is probably going more towards the front, and it's just to limit the sun blocking the solar panel as I can get. So I think maybe there, and then also when I pull it out, they're still going to cover the side door. Just going to pull these out a bit just so I can try and see where to put the holes. And the other end on. Can't win, eh? it's coming down, so I thought I would do this bit inside. So I figured if I cut one hole first, then it means that I can match up that other one more accurately. God, I've not used this since about the bed. Let's go check the fit. The fit looks good, apart from this wee lip, so I think we're going to need to cut this wee lip here, but that fits pretty well. And I've already marked the other circle, so let's cut it. So that's it on. It's actually on quite tight, but it's because obviously these are jamming it, so I think I'm going to need to cut just wee notches out here, just so these can come out easier, because they're just a bit jammed. So I had to stop a wee bit just to let the rain go off, but when I did, I came out and done some cutting, and I didn't know how long the rain was going to be off for, so I just done it off camera, but I'll show you what I've done. It sits on the van like this. What I've had to do is cut away the middle part, just so that the slide out part can be seated properly. I did cut circles, but I've just cut squares, just because I found the poles were catching on it when they were sliding out, so it sits a lot better when it's going on. It'll go in like that, and then this will just slide in like that, and at the end of the day the bag will cover this as well, so all of this is going to be in that bag. So what I'll do is I'll get the holes drilled now for where it's going to strap to the roof rack. Just to give you an update, I've drilled holes and I've just put temporary zip ties in just to check the fit. I did drill holes down here and up here, but I find that in the middle is a lot more secure, but I'm going to put 2 more here and here. Right, that's all the holes cut, so what I'm going to do now is just screw these in at the top bit, and these will be what the tarp fastens to, and they'll just go there. So if you can see how thin this plastic is, so if I screw that in, the screw is going to come at the top here, which is probably going up ripping the cover. So to get round that, I'm going to just put a bit of wood to screw into, like that, and we'll just chop them into, I don't know, 5 blocks. So let's chop these first. They're solid. Like, it's in the middle of June and it is Baltic. I'm not being optimistic about the North Coast 500 being warm or anything like that, because if it's freezing here, think about it's got to be like up there. I've tried to line them up as best I could for when the tarp goes on it. And never mind the top row, it's the middle row that basically will have zip ties. So all we need to do now is put this in the cover, cut the holes for the zip ties, put eyelets in the covers, just to stop the fabric from wearing over time with a wee bit of movement. We need to put the other ones of these in the tarp. So a new day, a new dawn. I had to leave it to the next day because the rain just started and it was just torrential. I couldn't get anything done. My Amazon delivery came, but also got something else as well. So remember I said I made a boo-boo because the original tarp I had was 180. Yesterday I tried the original parasol cover. Just imagine this is it. The zip only went up to about there, and then there was still this much left. So I wouldn't have been able to pull the tarp out. So I had to buy another parasol cover. So this came the day as well. And as you can see, the zip goes all the way up to the top, so make sure that when you're getting a parasol cover, that goes from the bottom all the way up to the top and opens all the way up. So I'm just making sure that it's the right way up, so we'll just take our time. I don't think I'm going to need these bits now, because obviously the eyelets are going to be getting here, so I think I can just take them off. Just like that, just a small tiny hole for the thing to go through it. That's how it's going to be with the button. So you poke it through and then just make sure that the flat part goes over there, like that, and then this is the button part that connects. And then get your thing, line it over the top, and then get this wee thing that's got a wee like ball on it that goes in the middle. So you want to make sure when you do it nothing's taut, and then you want to put this in the hole like that, and then take your hammer and then it should look like that. And then that's one done, just to check that we've done it right. There you are. You can obviously take it off. So, one done, 4 more to go. And when you're doing it, you just want to try and keep it as tight as possible so that it reduces any sagging when you come to do it. And keeping one in always makes it more tighter, so you're always going to get it right. I extended this one over just to make it more tighter, and I added another, what did I add? I added that one there. As you can see, it's nice and tight. As you can see, it comes apart easily as well, but they are quite strong, and they just take 2 seconds to clip back into place, which is a good thing if you want to clean it. So let's get the bag holes done. So like I said, you want to make sure it's got a zip going up the full length of it, like this one does. This will go inside it. Closes over like that. All we need to do is just mark where the holes are going to be. Make sure it's nice and tight. Try to think the best way to do this. No, that worked. There you go, quick and painless. So all we need to do now is just put the eyelets in there now. And there you have it, all done. Now all we need to do is just line up the holes with the eyelets. What I'm also going to need to do is cut some circles here and here for the poles to get in it. May need to make it a bit bigger, but it's a good start. Let's go and check it. Take this off first. So the holes are big enough. So all we need to do now is just match up holes and then get it cable tied. So that's all the zip ties on. The cool thing as well is actually not impacting the solar panel as much as I thought it was going to be with the shadows. And then voila, that's it on with the shower. So let's get the on-in button done and see how it looks. So much better already. And you can see it's a nice tight fit. And I was better for going for this one because the other one would have stopped about here, so I would have lost this and it would have been annoying trying to pull it out like that kind of thing. So make sure you get the one with the zip going all the way up here. Right, let's get the poles, test it. And there you have it. How good does that look? Stand under it as well. Obviously I can put it higher. It's cool, isn't it? We can get into the shower as well. Obviously I need to put the poles and stuff, but everything is basically now in here. Buttons are holding on very nicely. Let's put it all away and see how it looks. You can see everything's in there and it's all covered. This bag is a bit baggy, but we've got the Velcro straps from the shower just to stop it from sagging a wee bit. I'll show you the way that I'm going to do it. Something like that. So I might get another 2 or 3 actually, so that there's one here, and one here. This is on drawstrings, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this closed, kind of like this end here. Another thing that I was going to say about the shower is you could actually use it as a drying rack. Towels, clothes and stuff. If you're going to go for this setup, especially with the shower, you're probably going to need 2 sets of telescopic poles. These ones here, because with these ones, they only come in sections, so it's either going to be too tall or too short, so I definitely get 2 sets of telescopic poles. If you're just going for the tarp setup, all you need is these telescopic ones, and I'll leave a link to them in the description. So as you can see, now we've got a shower with a roof above us, or a toilet. So there you go, driveway awning. So guys, there you have it, my driveway awning. This is the last upgrade I'm doing to the van before the North Coast. So again, thanks to Rick for showing everybody this method. So what I'd recommend, guys, if you want to go over and see his channel and see him doing it as well, you might get a process that I'm doing that he might not have covered. You might get a process that he covered that I never covered. He might do it better than the way I done it. I might do it better than the way he done it. Who knows? But if you've got 2 different videos to go by, you can't go wrong. Definitely head over and see him, and I'll put his link in the description. So guys, if you want to enjoy the video and you want to try this yourself, give the video a wee like and let me know in the comments if you're going to try it or not. We're doing an North Coast 500 either next week or the following week, but it will definitely be the next video that I drop. So if you want to see it, get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you're notified when it comes out and you don't miss it. So until the next video, guys, peace.